Before we start, check out my Roblox UGC shop and pick up some anime-inspired accessories. The links are down below, so join the group and follow me on Roblox to help me out. Alright, let's get into it. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we gotta talk about a new resurgence in the world of Deepwoken that's breaking the meta and changing combat from a base level. So today we're going to discuss the rise of the Wind Gem and how it's currently one of the strongest possible options to use in Deepwoken PvP. You might be a little bit surprised, but I'll walk you through my reasoning and show you how crazy it can truly be. Kicking things off, I do want to say that Wind Gem might not be the best, but it's certainly a runner-up for the strongest Deepwoken gem. I mean, Bloodless Gem's healing while dealing damage will never be bad, and Blessed Gems having less cooldowns on hit is still pretty strong. Of course, all the Deep Gems have a time and purpose, but for overall usage on basically anything and for build synergy, Wind Gem absolutely cannot be slept on. First, let's discuss the current meta and highlight what exactly propelled Wind Gem into the spotlight. Previously, before the giant Deepwoken rebalance a few weeks ago, sustaining on many ganking builds was seriously the way to go. This was heavily nerfed in a few different ways, and the repercussion is kinda crazy. For starters, all Bloodless Gem healing was reduced by half, cutting down the healing from 60% of your damage to 30%. So essentially, that meant that we would be healing 60 HP from a 100 damage move, but now in the current meta, that would only be 30. Besides that, for even more damage healing reduction, mantras begin to lose damage the larger they become. So in ganks, players would pop out massively modified mantras with the Bloodless Gem and heal so much, but now the damage and healing that they can get has been nerfed into the ground. On top of that, for the Bloodless Gem, the cooldown in between its use has jumped up, meaning multi-hits and spam heals fell down quite a bit. Right here, the Bloodless Gem, a fan favorite meta pick, fell from grace almost instantly. Besides that, for the 1v1 players, one of their favorite gems got hit as well, with the massive nerf coming to the Insignia Gem. This mantra's windup reduction was heavily reduced from a 25 windup decrease to only 15%, but the window of opportunity to activate its effect was increased instead. A lot of combos and confirmable inescapable setups became useless after this nerf, and many players dropped it instantly. But Wind Gem prevailed and received a buff. Not only did the competition drop, but speed actually improved. In this balancing patch, the Wind Gem received a 20% duration increase to its speed boost, which is larger than you think. Instead of an 8-second duration, it now has 10, and that started to become crazy with a few add-ons. What's really strong about the Wind Gem is that it actually has 0 cooldown. While the speed buff is active on the player, yeah, they can't proc it again to stack that buff, but instantly after it runs out, you can still pop it again. Duration was a massive change for this Wind Gem, and it's gonna get even crazier. So, long story short, a couple of the meta Deep Gems got nerfed, and Wind Gem, well, that just kept getting buffed. Now, let's talk about the synergies available to Wind Gem because it just keeps getting more and more support as the days go by. So, something that's not necessarily a true gem synergy, but a better improvement for speed is the constant addition of gap closers and teleports. I know a lot of players have their own opinions about gap closers, but with criticals and mantras that zip to players quickly, builds have next to infinite range while being able to zoom around for free. Wind Gem, of course, assists with this since you can move around freely with little to no punishment, and you can also catch people lacking. Besides that, there's a bunch of talents that have been good with speed builds and even new ones that are essentially broken. So everyone knows about Speed Demon and its bleed damage, boosting output by 30% on hit, but now it's only really applicable if you have a Wind Gem. So some speed bonuses like Fast Blade no longer activate this talent because they basically forced it to have 0 downtime, but Wind Gem is the only real way to confirm that damage boost for a whole 10 seconds. So after that, we have a new busted talent called Vigil's Grace. This talent buffs up the swing speed of a user as long as their speed is being boosted, and that can be constant with a few different tools. Mantras like Gaze consistently proc Wind Gem and buff our speed further, giving us a consistent swing speed buff, but players can also use Obfuscation to get that boost. I think it's worth mentioning that Obfuscation procs speed on every single hit, giving us the Vigil's Grace bonus, but it actually sucks on a Wind Gem build. So instead of stacking insane speed bonuses on top of the Wind Gem, it actually replaces this entirely and reduces the speed boost that you have. I kinda wish this wasn't the case since Obfuscation synergizes perfectly with this armor, but it kinda works the opposite with Wind Gem. You don't want to be using both because it's just gonna replace the buff. So regardless, in the new era of Deepwoken's meta, speed is more valuable than you think, and it's heavily supported by most content in the game. It's no longer the age of infinite healing or unreactable windups, but the world of wind and constant speed bonuses. I'm not exactly saying Wind Gem gem is the best in the game, but currently it's the best it's been for a while. So seriously, check it out and leave your own tech down below because I want to try it out. Thanks once again to all the supporters who motivate me daily and directly help out this channel. So if you want to join as a member, go down below, but besides that, my personal Discord, guild Discord, and my UGC group are linked, so check them out. Thanks once again, and make sure to like and subscribe. It's punchin' time.